This is agave murphyi. Agaves aren't trees, but they are an extremely important woody plant that date back millennia, with significance for food, tools, and cultural traditions. They're a symbol of resilience, health, and transformation, and played a vital role in the survival of ancient Mesoamerican peoples, who were also masters of agriculture. There are sites near Tucson and Marana with remnants of what would equate to modern plant laboratories. And around those laboratories, you can often find plants that were bred and developed there. One of the plants is agave murphyi, which can be found at a local site joined by a few of its other man-made hybrid relatives. Agave murphyi is thought to have been cultivated by the Hohokam people and was grown for food and fiber. Murphy's agave are highly safeguarded under the Arizona Native Plant Law, which was enacted to protect rare and culturally significant plants. Being highly safeguarded means agave murphyi is protected from damage or removal. Murphy's agave is a man-made hybrid. This means it was made by crossing two other species, agave palmeri and agave vivipara. One thing to note about romantic pairing in plants is that the parents' genes don't always work well together. If they are too dissimilar, reproduction will fail. Nature has a funny way of being able to deal with reproductive hiccups, though, and in the case of some plants like agave murphyi, something called apomixis evolved. Apomixis is a form of reproduction that's asexual, meaning that a plant can produce a seed without fertilization. A surprising number of plants have evolved this ability. A few examples are hawthorns, dandelions, grasses, and even some types of roses. Apomixis usually evolves in response to threat of sexual sterility and is a way for offspring to develop without, or sometimes in spite of, fertilization. Agaves practice vegetative apomixy through the production of bulbils on their inflorescences, which are identical clones of the parent plant. Agaves also have the ability to reproduce asexually via underground stems called rhizomes to produce a new plant, essentially propagating a new plant complete with its own roots from the mother plant. That being said, murphyi do produce pollen, and they can reproduce sexually as well. In addition to apomixis, murphyi also practices viviparity. Viviparity means that a seed or bulb germinates and begins to grow while still attached to the mother plant. Now, viviparity is a funny word, but you may have heard me saying something similar a few minutes ago. One of the two species that agave murphyi was hybridized from was agave vivipara, which was named for this trait of essentially giving birth to live young. This turns out to be quite practical, especially in the case of agaves in the Sonoran Desert. Because they begin to grow while still attached to their mother, they can utilize resources from a much bigger and more developed plant. Resources like a root system, water storage, and height to protect from herbivorous critters. After they've grown a bit, they fall off to find their own place to take up roots, and are able to start growing with a head start.